right, let's start. Get on my mat. Settle in. Find a comfortable position on your mat. Close your eyes. Scan your body. Relaxing the face, neck, shoulders, arms, making any adjustments that you need to make. Release any tension. Keeping the lower part of the body relaxed, legs, feet. Trying to keep the body balanced. And then working on the posture. Trying to keep the back straight, spine neutral. Maybe stretching the spine a little bit on the next inhale. Back, neck, and head in a straight line. And then the next exhale, pushing the body a little more gently into the ground, more firmly into the ground, into the mat. Becoming aware of the weight of the body. And then turning our attention to our breath. Just observing the breath initially. And then seeing if we want to slow it down, maybe make it longer, deeper. Using our breath to turn our attention inwards. And then let's begin by chanting the opening prayer today. So with your eyes closed, join your hands at your heart center. I'll chant a line, pause for a few seconds if you want to join. Otherwise, you can just listen. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then open your eyes. Good morning. So plan for today, we'll be working on our lower body, core, legs for the most part. We'll start with some breath body synchronization. We'll do some cat-cow stretches, synchronizing our body and our breath. Then we'll do some Kapalbhati rounds, maybe 2 rounds. And then do some loosening practices lying down on the mat, on our back, and then a couple of poses. So let's do some loosening practices, cat-cow sequences. So get on your fours, your knees on the mat, palms on the mat, palms below your shoulders, knees below your hips, finding a nice tabletop. And then as you inhale, push your stomach down, arch your back, look ahead. Exhale the reverse, round out your back, chin close to your chest. We'll do a few rounds of this, making sure you keep your arms, your legs stationary. Only your back, your torso, your head, your neck moves. The rest of the body is in the same position. Continuing the cat-cow stretches. Inhaling as you get into cow. Exhaling when you round out your back. Actually, the reverse. Inhaling when you get into cat, or see what works for you. Exhaling when you get into cow. Keep going. Let's do one more and then we'll add a variation. Now take your right hand off the mat, stretch your right hand forward, and then you stretch your left hand back. And then as you exhale, bring your right elbow inside and left knee inside. Let's do a couple more rounds of this. So the left hand and the right leg are on the mat. The right arm and the left leg are off the mat, stretching it forward as you inhale and pulling it in as you exhale. Stretching the right arm forward, left leg back, and then as you exhale, bring them close together. Let's do one more and then we'll switch. Bring your right palm on the mat, left knee on the mat, and then let's repeat that on the other side. So as you inhale, left arm goes forward, right leg goes back. As you exhale, bring them in closer. And repeat this for a few rounds, stretching your right leg back, left arm forward. Two more rounds if you can. One more. Stretch the left arm forward, right leg back. And then as you exhale, bring them close together. And then bring both your palms, both your knees on the mat. Quick break, child's pose, Shashankasana. So sit back on your heels. Forehead on the mat. Elbows, arms on the mat. Stretching your arms, shoulders forward. Giving yourself a nice stretch. Two more breaths. And then come back into a seated pose. All right, let's do 2 rounds of Kapalbhati. Pranayam, so passive inhale, active exhale. Be careful if you have any back pain, stomach cramps. Proceed with caution, go slow. You can skip if you don't feel good. But otherwise, let's try a shorter first round, maybe 20-30 strokes. And then we'll try a longer second round. So fist with both your hands, thumb is curled, other 4 fingers wrapped. And then placing your hands close to your stomach, knuckles touching each other. Close your eyes and then just visualize the practice. So we'll do a passive inhale. The inhale almost happens on its own. And then an active exhale or a more active exhale, pulling in the stomach on the exhale, activating the abdominal region. So when you're ready, let's begin. Go at your own pace. There's no right or wrong pace. Go slow, go fast, whatever works for you. And let's begin. Finish up one more stroke if you're still going. Let's stop this round. Release your hands. Keep your eyes closed. And just observe. Notice your breath after you stop the practice. And then open your eyes. Let's do one more round. I will sit in Vajrasana on my heels. Makes it a little bit easier for me. All right, so let's try to go a little bit longer. But again, do what you can. You can stop anytime. Just keep your eyes closed for a few moments after you stop, so you won't feel lightheaded or dizzy. Close your eyes. Make fists with your palms. Hands close to your stomach. Knuckles touching each other. Find a good posture again. Keep the back straight. And then when you're ready, maybe a little bit longer, up to 60 strokes, if your body allows it. Let's begin. I'll let you finish a few more strokes if you're still going. And then whenever you're ready, stop the practice. Hands on the knees or thighs. Keep your eyes closed. Take a longer break. If we went longer with the Kapalbhati round, just observing. Noticing the breath. Seeing if the natural breath after the practice feels a little slower. A little more rhythmic. And then open your eyes. All right. Let's move on. Lie down on the mat, do a few more warm-ups, loosening practices. And then we'll work towards our poses. Lie down on the mat, feet together, hands by your side. We'll start with some Pavana Muktasan Kriya wind release postures. So now fold your right leg. You can either wrap your hands around your right ankle, completely folding your right knee, right leg, or you can extend it a little bit, not fold it all the way, and have your hands on your hamstrings supporting your thighs, whatever version works for you. And then take the left leg off the mat and make circles in the air with the left leg, keeping the left knee, left leg straight. So the right leg, right knee is folded, left leg is straight. Your back and your head can be on the mat, or you can slowly take your head, your torso off the mat, trying to bring your chin close to your right knee as you continue making circles in the air with the left leg. Let's do one more in this direction and then switch, go the other way. Tightening your core, tightening your quad as you do this. Let's do one more. And then lower your left leg, straighten your right leg. Quick break before we repeat that on the other side. Allow your breath to recover. And then when you're ready, bring your feet together, hands by your side. Now this time folding the left leg, left knee, either hugging your left knee, bringing your left thigh close to your chest, wrapping your hands around your left ankle, or if that's too much, then extending it slightly, hands below your left hamstring. And then take the right leg off the mat, making circles in the air with the right leg now. And again, the back, head can be on the mat, or if you want to try a little more challenge, take the head off the mat, chin close to your left knee as you continue making circles in the air with the right leg. Let's do one more in whatever direction you started in, and then switch, go the other way, trying to keep your right knee straight as much as you can. If you need to bend it slightly, that's fine. Again, feel the activation in your right quad, your right core region, hip. Let's do one more. And then lower the right leg, straighten the left leg. Quick break, hands by your side, toes pointing outwards, Shavasana. And then let's move on. Last warm up, last loosening practice. We'll do some bridge pose stretches as we work into the pose. So feet together again. And now bring the soles of the feet on the mat. Fold both your knees. Feet on the mat. Feet are about hip width apart. Hands by your side. As you inhale, take your torso off the mat. Sit bone torso off the mat. Exhale, lower yourself back to the mat. Few more rounds of this. Inhale, pull yourself up. Exhale, go down. You can pick up the pace a little bit if you want to. Be careful with your back. Don't jerk your back. Don't let it fall and hurt yourself. Control movement, especially when you lower your torso, your back into the mat. Keep going, few more rounds. Pulling yourself up a little bit higher with each round. Tightening your core. Not pressing on your elbows, your arms. Using your core strength to raise yourself off the mat and then lower yourself, controlling the movement. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, lower yourself back, straighten your legs, quick break, Shavasana. And then we'll move on to the poses. We'll do the Navasan boat pose and then the bridge pose. So one forward bend, one back bend, complementary poses, keeping the body in balance. And then let's move on. Bring your feet together, hands by your side. We'll start with the boat pose. We'll do a couple of different variations, options. So initially we can just do the half pose. So as you inhale, take both the legs off the mat, maybe at 30 degrees, 45 degrees, as high as you can. Tighten your quads, your core, and you can just stay there in the half pose. If it helps to bend your knees slightly and support your legs with hands on your hamstrings, you can do that. Activate your core. And then to go into the full pose, if you want to try it, slowly raise your torso, your back, your head off the mat, balancing yourself on your sit bone. And then you can try to have your hands in the air pointed towards your toes, legs and hands parallel to each other in the final pose. Again, feeling the core, feeling your quads, your thigh muscles. If that's too much, you can bend your knees slightly, support your legs with hands on your hamstrings. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Couple more breaths if you can. And then as you exhale, slowly lower yourself back to the mat. Legs on the mat, back, head on the mat. Shavasana, quick break. Toes pointing outwards, hands by your side, palms facing up. Allow your breath to recover. You might feel your breath, heart rate a little faster. Big muscles of the body, the quads, the core, need lots of oxygen when we work on them, driving the heart rate up. Let it slow down a little bit and then observe changes in your body. Feel the activation in your core, your quads. Couple more breaths. And then let's move on to the next pose. So bridge pose, Setu bandhasan now. Bring your feet together, hands by your side. Fold both your knees, bring your feet on the mat. Feet are hip width apart, just like what we did in the warm-ups and the loosening practices, but this time we'll hold in the pose and then focus on the breathing when we are in the pose. So when you're ready, as you inhale, again, pull yourself up, stomach, torso, sit bone, hips, raising them higher, as high as you can. Tighten your core, pull in your navel, and then stay there as a pose. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Tighten your quads, your glutes. Just make sure you aren't pressing too hard on your elbows, your arms. They're only there for support. Really about using your core strength, the strength in your legs to be in the pose. And breathe. If you want to try to take your arms off the mat, you can do so. So you're not able to really use the support of your arms or put any load on your arms. Just using your core strength and the strength in your quads, your glutes. Breathe. You can lower yourself if that's too much. Otherwise, let's hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then as you exhale, lower yourself back to the mat, straighten both your legs. Break in Shavasana, toes pointing outwards, hands by your side. And this time, let's close our eyes, take a longer break. Observe the breath. Observe the body, the changes in the body, the activation in the core, legs. Noticing what's happening inside the body at all times, during the pose, after the pose. Listening to the body, our breath. doing the adjustments we need to make, finding that balance between challenging ourselves but not hurting ourselves, keeping the body balanced, stable in the poses, but also comfortable. Be able to breathe, should not have too much trouble breathing when we are in the pose. Always keeping that in mind. And just observe the breath and the movement of the stomach with the breath. Positive, good thoughts in on each inhale, negativity out on each exhale. Oxygen in, energizing the body on each inhale. Carbon dioxide out, purifying the body on each exhale. Reminding ourselves to be focused, stay in the present moment on the inhale, and letting go of any distractions on the exhale. Trying to slow down the breath a little bit. If it still feels rapid, maybe extending the exhales, using the exhale, a longer exhale, to slow your heart rate down. Scanning the body, releasing any tension in the body. Couple more breaths. And then let's prepare to get back into a seated pose. So with your eyes closed, bring your feet together. Take your right hand above your head, left hand on your stomach. Fold the right leg. And then turn to the right side, or you can choose to turn to the left side if that's what you prefer, whichever one you prefer. And then when you're ready at your own time, come back into a seated pose. All right, let's move on, do some pranayam, additional pranayam practices. Feel free to get some water if you need to. Let's do some chanting. Find a good seated posture again, making adjustments to your body, keeping your body relaxed but in a good posture. And then 5 breaths, 5 rounds of chanting, hands in chin mudra, index finger and thumb making contact. The 3 fingers are open. Placing your palms on your knees or thighs, palms facing up. And then for 5 breaths, trying to breathe into our abdominal region and chanting the sound on the exhale. Begin when you're ready at your own pace. Stop the practice. Keep your eyes closed. Observe. Maybe still noticing some subtle vibrations after a chant from the sound. And then open your eyes. Next set, U chanting. So hands in Chinmay Mudra. So thumb, index finger continue making contact at the tips. Other three fingers are curled. Tips of the other three fingers making contact with the palm like a modified fist. Palms, hands on the knees or thighs again. Close your eyes and 5 breaths, trying to breathe into the chest region and then chanting the U sound on the exhale at your own pace. Begin when you're ready. Keep your eyes closed when you're done. Observe. And then open your eyes. So last set, more chanting. So hands in Brahma Mudra. So like a fist. Thumb is curled. Other 4 fingers wrapped on top of it. Palms on your knees or thighs. Close your eyes. And this time trying to consciously breathe into our shoulder region, the upper part of our body. And then chanting the more sound on the exhale for 5 breaths. When you're ready, let's begin. One last time. Release your palms, keep your eyes closed. That really was Adi Mudra, not Brahma Mudra, my mistake. Brahma Mudra is when you have your hands close to your stomach. Just observe. And then as we close out our class, let's just do some silent chanting for a couple of rounds. So instead of chanting aloud, just chanting silently. The U, and Mu sounds together on the exhale. Recollecting the memory of the actual chanting from the previous rounds, but just chanting silently this time. And then before we close out the class, taking a few moments to scan the body, the breath, and seeing how the mind feels. Any changes from the time we started class to now? And then let's close the class by chanting one Om aloud. So with your eyes closed, join your hands at your heart center. Inhale. Open your palms in front of you and then open your eyes, blinking into your palms. Namaste. Thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your day, evening.